studies and save a lot of money. As Rider students, we are in the crux of getting a great education and therefore getting a great job. However, the cost of a 4-year college tuition is increasing dramatically. Now, loans have been going through the roof, and let's just say debt, because loans is just an easier way of saying debt. And according to the New York Times, 2/3 of all the graduates from 2007 and 2008 received loans to graduate from school. Now, all about the Benjamins. We're here at Rider. Now let's figure out 1 year's worth of tuition and how to save that by graduating in 3 years instead of 4. Now, full-time undergraduate tuition is over $36,000. Now, if you include student orientation fees and technology fees as well as textbook expenses, that number goes up to over $38,000. And now, most freshmen usually stay on campus their first year, so we're going to include housing and meal plans. Basic housing and basic meal plans escalates our number to over $50,000. Now, by the end of this speech, we're going to turn that into savings. So the first thing you need to do as a new freshman is go to the CPA Dean's office, which is located right above us in Swaggart. Once in there, you're going to look for a check sheet, and it's going to look like this. This piece of paper dictates all the classes you need to take in order to graduate, including electives, major requirements, and business core classes. So when are you going to fit in an extra year's worth of classes in 3 years? I'll tell you how. A normal full-time student takes about 30 credits, which is 10 classes in a year. We're going to fit that into 3. Now, if you take 3 summer classes your freshman year and 3 summer classes your sophomore year, we're up to 6 classes already. And Rider offers a multitude of summer courses in summer session 1 and summer session 2. They split up the summer in half to give us a little bit of wiggle room. Now, once we hit those 6 classes, as a sophomore, we're allowed to overload, which means take 6 classes a semester in the fall and spring semesters. If we take 1 extra class in the fall and spring semesters of our 2nd and 3rd year, so the first fall and spring semester of freshman year, we're getting acclimated to Rider. We take the regular classes, 5 classes in the fall, 5 classes in the spring. After that, we start taking summer classes. We take the 1 extra fall and spring class in the 2nd and 3rd year. We've reached the 10 classes. Now, if some of you guys have AP credits, that lessens your class load. You can take 1 summer off. You can take half 1 summer and the other half of the 2nd summer off. It all depends on you. This is flexible. Now it's job time. We've successfully graduated and fit those 10 classes into 3 years with some wiggle room. What's next? Next, we go into the job market. As a matter of fact, according to the Department of Labor, 1/3 of new jobs that are being offered in the next 5 years will require a college degree. So we are in hot demand. As a matter of fact, an accelerated degree is a fairly new trend, so it's extremely attractive to employers. Not a lot of people have done it, and it shows extreme focus and ambition above and beyond your competition. So if you don't necessarily want a full-time job straight out of working your butt off for those 3 years, and you just want to have, let's just say, experience, you can spend a whole year, that whole year you saved, you can spend that having an internship. And as a matter of fact, having internships equate to having jobs later on. USA Today reports that most employers get their full-time employees from internships, and they look for those interns in the spring. So now that you've not only graduated a semester early, but 2 semesters early, you're graduating in the spring. Fresh off of them, you can say, I can dedicate a whole 365 days to you. Not just a summer, not just a 6-week training. I can dedicate 365 days to you. They're gonna be eating out of the palm of your hand. So just to wrap up, Dean, who is the editor-in-chief of StudentAdvisor.com, a website which focuses new college students and high school students on how to focus their curriculum in order to fully realize their dreams. His top recommendation for new college freshmen is to graduate 1 year early. So we're gonna see what he has to say.
Again, further along in your school year.
And yes, for many, summertime is a time for a break, unless you want to move things along.
That's right. So summertime isn't a great time to go and take classes. The other thing is it saves a lot of money because tuition goes up in September. So your freshman year, if you take a couple extra classes during that summer, it will be less than taking an extra class the junior or your sophomore, junior, and even senior summers.
Might be worth it, especially if you're trying to take more courses during the regular semester.
That's right.
Which is one of your other points.
It is. You overload on your classes so that you can maximize the amount of time that you're in school.
So what he recommends is similar to what I said. Although he recommends taking placement exams, that's an extra expense. And we always, as business students, we always hear the phrase, you have to spend money to make money. Well, I'm trying to make money by spending as little as possible. So if we don't have to take a placement exam and already have AP credits due to just being in high school, might as well. And that eliminates some of the classwork we have to do later on. He also recommends taking summer classes as well as overloading in the fall and spring semesters.
School and maximizing the amount of credits that you can take.
You mentioned $50,000 being a great number that people could save on average. Obviously, saving is a major incentive. Let's take a look at some of the other benefits to graduating in 3 years versus doing it in 4 or more.
Well, the other big benefit is you can graduate in the wintertime, so January or in February, and that gets you ahead into the workforce. So you may have a little less competition when you're applying for jobs, unlike your classmates who are going to be looking for jobs in May and June.
It is.
So he also shows that if you graduate a year early, you're not even competing with your own peers. You're on another level. They'll see on your resume that you were able to graduate, that you started Rider University in 2014 and were able to graduate in 2017. And now spark up a little light bulb in them saying, is that a misnomer? Is that an error? Or were they really able to take 4 years of education and turn that into 3? And with this, you will be in the best possible scenario in order to pay back those expensive loans and get your $50,000 back. Thank you very much.